And this is basically just an idea to understand how far does restorative practice actually go. So, for example, if you've got two kids, let's say John and Jim, and John breaks Jim's toy, and then he says sorry, that's we've all very restorative. They've asked all the questions, they've gone through it, and John is very, very sorry for breaking Jim's toy. But at the end of the day, Jim's got no toy left, and Jim's parents, when they go home, and goes, "I've just spent €50 last weekend in Smiths on his toy. It's broken." He said sorry. The school matters resolved. What's the story? Like at some stage, is that it, or is there something more beyond it from there?
I mean, sorry's not going to replace a toy really at the end of the day. So so if you're dealing with John and Jim, I forget who broke whose toy, but
me too. I just forgot.
If it's Jim that's toy is broken, and you're asking him, what is it you need? The first thing isn't going to be, I need a sorry, I need an apology. The first thing is, I need a toy. I need something replaced. So if you're really thinking and acting restoratively and finding out what people need, that's such a huge question. What is it you need? Because maybe another kid has 50 of those trucks at home. Maybe they didn't like it. I need him to say sorry. So that could be the solution. And if it is, fine. But if another kid, and more than likely any kid, is going to say, "Look, my toy's broke. I need a replacement," then you're over to the other kid, and what can you do? Now, look, you're going to have to use your own judgment. Can they afford it? Is it going to be a question of €2 a week? Is it going to be bringing in mom and dad and they pay for it? So you're going to have to look at what that actually means. But yeah, sorry, if a kid wants a new toy, sorry isn't going to pay for it. And if the harm, that idea of harm as well, if the harm threshold is beyond a certain point, the response, the accountability, the solution has to match it. I mean, that's probably common sense, but sometimes when we get into new ideas and new strategies, and we're thinking, this restorative just means they have to say sorry. No, it doesn't. My own daughter, she'd probably kill me for this story, but she had a bet with me only yesterday that, and it was around something. It doesn't matter what it was around, but we were going to get McDonald's, and the bet was who would buy the McDonald's, me or her. And she's 12, and she lost the bet. But I suppose what it came down to then was, George, I wasn't going to hold her to buying McDonald's, whatever it was. But it was like, okay, right, you really can't do that, or well, what can you do? Okay, so we kind of negotiated. There was a few jobs needed doing around the house, and she agreed to doing it. But it's not about letting people off the hook. It's not about no consequences. It's not about no accountability. You want to have an appropriate response that's agreed, but that certainly the person who's been harmed is comfortable with.
Which would probably be different to the usual sort of like school approach, in that just John has an hour of detention for breaking Jim's toy. Jim's still left with no toy, but exactly. John's done his punishment, and therefore his honor is closed.
Exactly. Yeah, and again, I suppose the unique aspect of most arguments, if you like, or disputes or conflicts, if John has 50 trucks at home, maybe he doesn't care about a new toy. Maybe for him it's the way that the other kid acted, and maybe for him it's about an apology. And look, so again, unless you take the time to listen to both sides and hear the needs, especially of the needs of the person who's been harmed, if you just come in with a school or parent mandated response, it's likely or possible that you won't meet anyone's needs, and they'll both be upset. Whereas if you're able to stand back and let them, as much as you can, as much as kids can, resolve their own conflict, a lot of the times they will do it themselves.